I had my regular like work schedule. It was like the weekends off, and then literally on Thursday they're like, "Oh yeah, you'll be working Sunday through Wednesday now."
Bruh. So
Oh,
did you have to like schedule off work to do this after you had already
oh no
signed
no no
up?
no no.
No,
It's
okay,
it's
good.
it's actually like I just had to go like +10 driving here.
Oh geez. This guy's a
Not a huge deal.
goddamn criminal. I see. Nah, bro. I'm calling the cops, bro. You're in massive trouble.
Damn, that's messed up.
I know. That's
But
messed up.
the good news is that so I just wanted to give a bit of like a context,
For sure.
if that's fine.
100%.
So last time we talked, I just started touching Aegis, just the character, just learning to like learn the character,
Yep.
etc. Getting used to movement and basic combos. At this point, I could say that I am somewhat comfortable with the character. I'm not gonna trip over like her movement. I
Okay.
can, do maybe not consistently, but if you tell me to do like backer to up B, I could do it.
Okay.
Just like those simple conversions, simple edge guards, all around just have a basic understanding of the character. But now I'm starting to feel like I'm getting into that old, I don't know how you call it, like I'm getting too comfortable with the character of how I'm playing right now.
So you're looking to spice it up a bit with some extra new stuff, is what you're saying.
Yeah, what's like the next step for me to somewhat like progress with the character?
Okay.
Um,
Well, let's just jump in and see
like,
where we're at, because I could just say a bunch of stuff and you might already know it, or I might be changing your goddamn life as we speak. So,
Gotcha.
with that being said, let's just fight to the death here and see what kind of things we're doing already, and then I'll see what we can potentially implement on top of that. What?
Oh,
Just went straight through me. I didn't even do anything.
yeah.
Just too fast. Still living? You got a
Yeah,
good
I
VI
dash
somehow?
attack.
Oh, hello. One straight through me again? I'm not even doing anything. I'm literally cheating. I have infinite foresight, bro. Apparently.
I can't stop moving, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, my air dodge took forever, yo. Oh, you think I'm dead? You think I'm dead? I've never died in my life. Except for right here, maybe. Okay, I think I'm dead now. No, I'll never die, bro.
I can't do
Yeah.
anything. I'm so scared.
I could have probably killed this bow, but I'm not insane enough.
Fuck it.
What?
Okay, that worked.
Okay, he's cheating.
The only time I do it, I only use like foresight. Oh god, I only used it like twice.
Oh, okay. Let's do it twice.
Oh no.
Just went off stage. Wild. Side B.
Oh no.
I just did it.
Nice.
Damn, son.
Nice.
I just did it. Okay. So, as far as, I guess, creativity, there is some combo routes that you try to go for, whether or not it was a panic combo route or whatever it might be. Basically, if you ever get down tilt, at least for me, you never want fair. Although down tilt fair is a true combo, after fair, you get nothing. So if you get down tilt, you could be going for nair, you could be going for up tilt, you could be going for up air, you could be going for up smash, you could be going for all kinds of different things. I probably wouldn't even recommend up smash, but still up smash is more damage than fair. So if you get down tilt, think about those horizontal combos for sure. Also, don't be afraid to use your switching a lot more. You notice I was switching a ton as a mix-up. And if we're trying to get to the next level, I would say with regards to playing Pyre Mythra textbook, you play Mythra at low percent to get your combos, and you play Pyre at high percent to get your kills, right? However, there's tons of, I guess, hidden percent that you can get out of your opponent by playing as Pyra just for a singular hit and then going straight back to Mythra. Right. So, for example, if I'm playing Mythra, if I'm playing Pyre Mythra, if I'm stuck on Mythra for a bit, or I'm playing as Mythra for a bit, I can go up to you and let's say phase through you, come back and get a grab, and they go down throw up B, down throw fair, down throw whatever, right? Or I can switch. Let's say if I have you in the corner, if I'm running at you, obviously it wouldn't be like full stage, but let's say if I'm running at you, a lot of people will shield when someone runs at them. Right? Or they'll dash away. So what I can do is if you happen to dash away or shield, I can switch before I get to you, right? And I can go for a grab. Right, so like dash towards you, go like this, and go for a grab. And now that I have a grab as Pyra, it's still a tiny bit stronger, right? So just small things like that. If I have you stuck on a platform too, I tried to do it in the last game. Well, to like down tilt, and if you happen to miss your tech or get your tech, I'll switch into Pyra and not have either a sharking situation with like up tilt or up air, or I can go for an up smash as well too, right? Another thing that's really great, and you can do this against certain players if they start to grab out of the corner, is I can run through you, switch, then come back with a back air. And I'm getting a much stronger back air too with Pyra. You can get kills like that in a very cheesy way, but if someone's not ready for it, that's the kind of spice that you have to just catch people slipping. It's just small stuff like that. So as we're playing still, like I'll even do things like I will like, I don't know, go up onto platforms onto like a switch or whatever, because you can switch onto a platform without being quite as high as a platform. I guess that makes sense. It's like it's not really a waveland, but it's a way to just like get up there if you wanted to switch, right? Just be fancy with your movement. Another actually really good thing for platform movement like that is if you're fighting someone under a platform, if they try and grab you or throw like a smash attack under the platform, you can jump onto the platform and come down through the platform with like a down air or falling up air, right? So I go like here to this, then fall through and go for like a combo, right? Just small little ways to get more Pyra into the mix. So that would be on a hard read though. Like if you're fighting under the platform and someone tries to go for a grab, and I'll say, for example, Falco 100% would try and grab you under a platform. That is best case scenario in the entire world for Falco, right? He wants to get platform combos forever. So a character like that. It could also be Mario or somebody else. It could be Joker too, right? A lot of characters use platforms off their up throws. So for example, if they are underneath you, you can try and bait that out by going past them even like that, right? Like going up to here, and then as they're going for the grab or their dash attack or run a down tilt or whatever, you could also even go up here, and when you switch, you can come down if someone is, let's say you were too slow and you think they're going to shield, and now, especially as Pyra, they don't want to get hit by down air, you can come down and go for a grab instead, right? So it's almost like a platform tomahawk grab. Just another way to intimidate your opponent. I will preface this, of course, to say as well, all of this does have counterplay. So for example, with the platform stuff, if someone knows that you're going to jump up there and switch, they don't have to go for a grab, they can just up smash you, right? Or up tilt you or up air you. So it's not like this is unbeatable. Same thing within the corner. If I run through you like this and try and go for a back air, if you just drop shield, turn around and F smash me or forward tilt me, you run off and fair, of course you can catch me slipping too, right? The idea is to be, I guess, a little bit extra spicy or have a little bit extra of a mix up, and I want to like really make sure we're hitting that home as far as saying it is a mix up. I would not run off the platform every single time with a back air to try and catch someone, right? It's more so to say, oh, they like to get up and then shield and immediately spot dodge, or shield and as soon as I hit their shield or run at them because I think I'm going to dash attack them, they shield and they go for a grab. But instead of dash attacking their shield and getting grabbed, I go through them, come back and hit them with a back air, right? So these would be like your aces up your sleeve type of setups where you only do it sometimes based on something that your opponent has shown you that would actually work.
Okay, the run in you just have to run and press down B to do that?
Yeah.
You don't have to jump?
No, you don't have to jump. As far as if we're doing it on the ground like this, yeah. If you wanted to go up onto the platform, of course you have to jump. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Oops. So even like
okay, so
go ahead.
That explains a lot actually. Okay.
What were you thinking?
Oh, well, because there's been times where I've tried to replicate that, but it looks like a mini hop without like watching someone actually do it. So I'm like, oh. So I tried that. I'm like, it's actually like, way too long. So I was like,
you could do that, but like it's not necessary to jump, right?
Yeah, but on the ground it's much more like easy.
I will also say this too with regards to how you're going to do your switches. If you notice, every single time I'm switching from Mythra to Pyra. Very rarely, if ever, at least from my experience, have I ever gone for some sort of mix-up where I'm switching from Pyra to Mythra, mainly because if you go from Pyra to Mythra, the slide that you get is basically nothing versus the opposite.
Ah, okay.
You get a very short slide because Pyra is just slower, right? So her dash speed gives her like barely any boost. So you want to be able to use that boost to the most of your ability. And also, if I'm going to get a short boost and then switch into a weaker character to try and get some sort of combo going, I'd rather just jump in or dash in with Mythra in the first place and skip the whole extravagant setup, right? The extravagant setup for switching from Mythra to Pyra is useful because you could, let's say, go through someone like this, and if they try and grab you, you turn around with an F smash and you just kill them, right? You turn around with the side B, you get a footstool, you can try and be fancy with that too, right?
Okay, that actually sounds really good actually.
Yeah, man. Here's the thing I will say with regards to doing these setups, they are not easy to come by. when you're trying to practice them. Like if you just try and go for it for the sake of going for it, it might work or it might not, and it probably will work not that often. You really have to make sure you're doing it for a reason. If someone's just in the corner, you say, "Oh, I'm just going to go for this because I feel like it." If they just drop shield and run on stage, you're going to miss that back air, and now you're going to be ledge trapped, right? But if they are someone who is spot dodging, or they are going for grabs, or they are going for like I don't know, some sort of command grab from the corner, something like that, then yeah, sure, you can run off stage, come back on with the back air, and catch them basically for free, right?
Okay, because I would say that like at this point, I don't know what I would call it, the the conscience, like unconscious. I could tell you what I'm doing,
Yep.
but I couldn't tell you why I'm doing it.
Okay,
Like
so
I could just be like, oh, this makes sense, just like, oh, just run up B. But then like if you like are up here and I do it, it's not
mhm,
gonna hit.
mhm.
So in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely the best option. But of course, at the actual moment, that's not the case. So I'm like, okay, well, I pretty much just get whip punished
So
off of it.
in a situation like that, you want to take into consideration two things that are super important. The first thing is the character that you're fighting against, to know if I try and hit them with something like this, am I even going to get a kill or a gimp or even catch them at all? Right? If they have a
Hmm.
ridiculously good recovery, or they teleport during the recovery, or they have multiple jumps and it's going to go around everything, the very strong chance is either going to not kill them or you're going to miss completely. The other thing that you want to pay attention to for sure too, especially with at least the setups that I was showing you before, is the
Yeah.
percent that they're at, right? So for example, if I'm going to do the phase 3 with Mythra, turn around F smash with Pyra, if you're at 55% and you're not going to die, that's not worth showing my hand with such a powerful setup. I should wait till you're at 100 or 95 or something where it's like, if I get this F smash, you are 100% dead. Versus like, I hit you and it was cool and I got some damage. It's like, no, I don't want some damage and kind of cool. I won the game because of this, or I killed you and I made a huge comeback because of this, as we a ridiculous call out, right? That's one of the
Hmm.
things that makes this character so much more difficult too, and I made a video about this a long time ago. But basically, knowing when to switch gears between Pyra and Mythra, making sure that you're not stuck on the wrong character at the wrong time, even if it feels safe to do so. It's like, oh, I could play Mythra forever because she's just fast and safe and has good combos and stuff like that. But you might have an opportunity genuinely where someone missed a tech on a platform above you, or maybe they air dodge high like this, and you just go like this
Hmm.
with Mythra instead of switching into Pyra and going like this. And just because you hit them with Mythra, it's like, yeah, you hit them, and that's great, but you didn't switch, and now they're still alive. And now they have a chance to get away from you because maybe they're a little bit lower to the ground. They air dodge like this while you're switching, and now you're out of position. Whereas like if you see they're way up high, you switch immediately, and now you get a chance to track them, and maybe even get an up air with Pyra instead. So it's super
Mm.
small things you have to try and worry about. And eventually, as you progress with the character more and more, you're going to get out of the mindset of saying, like I said, low percent Mythra, high percent Pyra, or neutral is Mythra, and ledge trapping, edge guarding, juggling, and sharking platforms is Pyra. Right? They could both be played in any situation, as long as you know
Okay.
why you're doing it.
That actually leads to like my the second question that I have.
For sure.
Um, was how to simplify my game plan. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's like he's currently the number two in my region.
Okay.
He plays Captain Falcon, and he's really good at mix-ups. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's honestly kind of like playing Russian roulette. You know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So you're just like, okay, he's definitely just gonna go nair, but like, oh, he does like the smoothest tomahawks, or
Hmm.
like
Okay.
he'll just stop and then go for grab. And like, I ask why, how do you mix it up? And I mean, long story short, he just told me that you're thinking about it way more than it should. Like
Hmm.
you're like he was saying I was making it too complicated. And
Yeah.
he said in a game like as complex as Smash, you really don't want to do that
Yeah.
because it'll make fighting some characters like much more of a pain than it should be
I can
because you're making it too complicated.
I can say this too with regards to that. Depending on how experienced this guy is, there's a very strong chance that he actually already went through the trenches of having it be very complicated for himself. And so
Hmm.
instead of reinventing the wheel and having it feel complicated as an experienced player, it now just feels natural, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you've ever seen somebody do like improv, like doing like an improv skit, like whose lines it anyways, type of stuff like that. I'm sure you've seen something like that. And
Gotcha.
these guys are professionals at improv or like freestyle rap, same sort of thing, or like a musician doing like a jazz guitar solo, anything like that. It is entirely improv, unrehearsed, whatever. However, their theory, their execution, their fundamentals, their, I don't know, their frameworking as far as trying to have a flow to whatever they're trying to do, that has all been rehearsed and practiced for years. So, along with that too, as far as at least in Smash, you can look at your opponent kind of like a template to say, okay, here's what they're giving me. Do I know how to fill in these boxes or fill in these little extra, like, let's say, paragraph areas on this template properly so that I can win? And what I mean by that is a very, I guess, philosophical way of saying, if someone's dashing up and shielding, do I know how to check that box so that I can be successful in that interaction? If someone's jumping in like this, how do I stop them? If someone's doing this, how do I stop them? If someone's doing this and then spot dodging, what do I do to stop that? Right? And as a less experienced player, not to say that anyone's necessarily a bad player for being that less experienced, it's more so that they just don't have the experience. If you don't have the experience, you genuinely will probably have to look up how to deal with those things versus just saying, oh, I just do this and it just works. Right? Whereas a more experienced player, it's like, if I just run up to you and shield, what do you do? It's like, okay, in our next interaction, I'm not going to like dance around you, then go for a grab. I'm just going to run in and go for a grab, or going to fake, like with a tomahawk, to make you think that shielding's the right idea. Now I'm going to put you into an unreactable situation and then get that grab. Right? But as a less experienced player, you wouldn't know to say, okay, if they're running up and shielding, if I go like this and jump at them, that will trigger them to shield again in the future. That's how tomahawk grabs work, right? Because you think I'm going to come down with like an attack.
Yeah.
Right? It's a pretty straightforward example in that regard. So if you understand like how a tomahawk works or why it would work, then that's how you would implement it. But to say, oh, this person runs up and shields and I go for a tomahawk grab and they spot dodge, now what do I do? Right? Next time, instead of going for a tomahawk grab, you can go tomahawk or empty hop into multi-jab. Right? Or empty hop into delayed option. So it can be empty hop into a delayed grab, empty hop into a delayed forward tilt, or a charge smash attack or something, or a slower move. So at the end of their spot dodge, they're actually vulnerable and you catch them.